YouTube. I've decided to start posting my own videos and trying to see if I can start up a channel. This is going to be about stuff that I like: classic cars, muscle cars, sports cars, sometimes supercars and hypercars. I'm more of a muscle car kind of person, as I've got a 19 Scat Pack Dodge Charger and a 70 model Mach 1 Mustang that I have, but really haven't started doing anything to. But I'm hoping with this channel that I can get started, that I would be able to get people interested in it, have recommendations and do stuff to it, as well as my Charger and old 97 Dodge Ram I've got that I'm going to start working on and doing stuff with. So I'm just out right now going to grab some lunch. I'm going to start doing these videos mostly on the weekend because I work from home and work a lot of hours, and usually 70 to 80 hours a week. But I'm going to try to do as much content on my 3 vehicles as I can, and hopefully get some people interested in this. And I also try to go to some shows and meet other people and just try to get other people interested in muscle cars, hot rods, because there's a lot of guys out there like Stradman and Street Speed, TJ Hunt. They do a lot of supercar, new cars, but I really like to get into the newer stuff and mostly the older stuff, because I grew up driving a 66 Chevy C10, had a stroker motor, and it was a full-blown show truck, and won a bunch of car shows with it, had it in a couple of magazines. One day I'd like to find it and get it back, but I just like to get some people interested and follow this channel, make some good content. I'm also going to be doing a build on my garage that I have. I purchased a house last year, and I have a 4,000 square foot building and a 1,500 or more square foot shop below it that's I'll be doing some work to. It's been neglected for the past 30 years, so it's got a bunch of stuff that needs to be done to it. I'm gonna gut it, redo everything, build some workbenches for it, reseal the floor, just stuff like that. And also maybe get some information from other people about how they did their garages and any recommendations, because I would really like to be able to do that. It probably could hold 6 or 7 cars in it, and with a lift, maybe more, maybe less, just depending on what I can do to it. So I will check back in a little while. I'm going to stop here and grab me some food. So hey again, YouTube. I'm still trying to make this first video and keep getting interrupted by the kids. This coronavirus is getting old real quick. So here's a quick tour of some of my projects, and show you right now. Again, this is my 19 Scat Pack. It's dirty because of all the stupid pollen. Georgia's horrible for it this time of year. Of course, I'm sure it's bad everywhere else. So completely stock, haven't done anything to it except K&N filter. Gonna eventually tint the windows, get rid of that, what they call fishbowl look. And performance-wise, I don't really know what I want to do to it, because it already has a pretty unrestricted exhaust system. I may do a cat delete on it just to make it a little bit throatier than what it already is. And this is my 97 Dodge. It was given to me. It had been broken into, had a busted steering column, and I had to replace the lock cylinder and the switch. It needs a lot of stuff done to it. Drives pretty good for 378,000 miles on it. Interior's worn out, carpet's pretty dingy. I don't have the keys to it at the moment. But on this channel here, I'd like to be able to do an interior upgrade in it, replace the leather seat covers, the carpeting, fix the steering column, and of course the dash has your typical cracks in it from an older Dodge. This cheap plastic they used in them didn't hold up very well. And this is my old dungeon shop. The main door is being blocked right now by my truck, but go through a quick preview, and it's prone to rain real bad and flooding because whoever the genius was that took the original garage, or excuse me, the original elevator out, which the elevator was right here, they didn't bother to fix the roof or the gutters that they ripped out. So when it floods real bad, which it has been, water collects up here and gets into the shop. So I have to put some new gutters on here to stop that issue, and you can see my Mustang is just sitting in it. But here's my 70 model Mach 1. I'm going to do a complete resto mod on it. I have access to the original 351, but I don't think I'm going to use it. I want to go with a Coyote motor with a 6-speed, probably a Tremec, And of course, here's some parts to it. I've got everything originally that came with this car is in the car, minus the grill and the engine. So in a couple of videos from now, I'm going to tear into this thing, see what parts are usable, what's not, set it up on some jack stands, get these wheels off, take everything apart as far as the brakes and the rear diff, and see where I need to go from there. But this is my main project right now, this shop. It is a dark, dirty dungeon that's pretty much been ignored for the last 30 years. Once I can get this flooding under control, it doesn't flood real bad. It just seeps in through the doors underneath. You can see where it's been coming in through the door. That's not the height that it's been at. That's just water being sucked up into the plywood. So anyway, this is it. I want to take everything down off the ceiling, put a bunch of kills on there, and I'm thinking about either putting some corrugated metal or hardy board up on the ceiling just to try to get rid of this old plywood look, or excuse me, sheetrock look. But I've got new LED lights to put up. I would eventually like to put some beams here to get rid of these posts, because these posts make it very hard to pull something in and out of this shop. It was a very difficult time to get that Mustang in here on those old dollies that I have, because the car kept coming loose on them, and it took me and my buddy Jeremy about 30 minutes just to push it from outside the door to that spot, and that's where it's been sitting ever since for a year. So I will get into it, and if anybody has any recommendations or what they would like to do to one, or even what you could recommend that I do to it, I would be very grateful and listen to your comments. I know I'm just now getting my channel started, so I don't expect anything coming right away, but I can't even go get a haircut. I can shave, but I work from home. I work a lot of hours, so I don't need to be presentable to anybody, but I'll do my best to try to keep things going here on YouTube. Work is starting to slow down for me now, so maybe I'll start making these videos more, and the more likes I get, the more comments I get, more watches, more views I get, the more stuff I'll be able to do to them. So again, if you can, like this video, make comments, let me know what you think, what I should do to these vehicles besides getting rid of them, because I don't plan on doing that. I got rid of a 69 RT Charger 2 years ago, which I really regret because I didn't have any room to keep it. But now I've got plenty of room. Minus these benches, there's probably room for 3 or 4 projects. So anyway, I appreciate everybody taking the time to watch this video that has, and if you can, like and share it. I'll try to make as much content as I can. Really, like I said before, I wanted to start with the building. I would like to be able to go to car shows, with it being the springtime. All these car shows will start popping up everywhere. I'd like to be able to take my Charger to them, and eventually down the road, take that whole thing to it, but that'll probably happen by the time my kids are driving. So anyway, like, share, and subscribe if you feel like. I'd appreciate your time. Thanks.